Welcome to As We Talk, a channel where we attempt to understand the world around us through storytelling. Our first episode of this series we named Campfire Stories. Me, Aishu.
And co-host Suetang will be sharing our own potential paranormal experiences and other bone-chilling stories. A perfect icebreaker while sitting around a campfire.
My grandmother used to live in a village where there were no electricity. And at that time, she used to use a lamp. You know those laltin, like
Yeah,
a like a lamp, but then it's
lantern.
used. Yes, a lantern. Yes, correct, lantern. Yeah. So yes, so uh, lantern. Okay. So the lantern would be like a fire lantern. Okay, it's not like those cool torchlight kind of lantern, but no, it's just like a fire lantern. There was also no running tap, so she has to go a bit further to a well to get water. So she would take a lantern and a bucket, and it was a metal bucket. She told me. So she took a metal bucket and also the lantern with her, and she would go to the well, and then in the well she got the water in her bucket, and she was just like going back to her, because this is a route that she always goes, right? Every single time
Mm,
she would go to the route, so she was not scared at all. Okay, like she's so, like, she's not afraid of anything. I'm telling you, she's so
a
brave.
brave soul.
Yeah. And then she would just like, okay, I got the lantern, I got the water, okay, I'm just gonna go. And then she heard, like, there used to be a lot of bamboos. She told me there used to, in the path, like a lot of bamboos, and a big bamboos. Okay. And then she heard like a bamboo just snap and then just like just
Mhm.
fall. When a bamboo snaps and falls, it would be a very loud noise, right? And then she would
Yeah.
be like, oh, maybe like it just fell because it got old and blah blah blah. And then she just went da, 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 da. But then she heard this bamboo just like drag. And then she heard footsteps following her. And
Oh
then she
my
looked back.
God.
She looked back with her lantern. Yeah, right. And then she was like, is there anybody? Because obviously it's a village, right? So
Yeah.
maybe it's someone like just like bamboo, like taking bamboos, like almost. She told me that it was, uh, I forgot the time. It's either early in the morning or like very late at night, but I kind
Oh
of
my
forgot
God,
the
it gave me
time.
chills.
Yeah, it kind of, yeah. And then she
Yeah.
like she went like this, right?
Yeah.
And then there was nobody, okay? And then when she turned this way, the footsteps came from that way. And then when she turned this way, the footsteps came from that way. And then she was so
Oh my God.
confused. She was like, "What the heck? Who's like there's so many people taking out bamboos." But she didn't see the bamboo because it was she can still hear the bamboo being dragged, right? But she couldn't see anybody take the bamboo or like drag the bamboo, or she couldn't see any movement. She just heard. And then and then once she heard that, then she was like, oh my god, wait, maybe, because she believes like in spirits and all that, right? And then she was like, oh,
Yeah.
maybe there's some other spirits here. So then she was like, okay, I should just go back home. She was like, okay, I should go back home, I should go back home. And then she just went straight back home. And then she went home. Once she reached home, then only she was like, and then only she stopped hearing the noise. Okay, the whole time when she was going to her home, she kept on hearing those noises, kept on hearing those like footsteps, and then the bamboo getting dragged. And she told me that it was like a straight path. Okay, you can imagine like a straight path, and then
Mhm.
bamboo here, right? And then
Yeah.
all the way to
Oh my
home.
God, the shadow
Yeah.
at your window kind of scared me. It was
Yes.
like your mom like walking
Yes, it
around,
should
but
be
like
much.
I got distracted because like I was kind of like
Oh my god,
my
I was
sensory organs
thinking
like
that.
it's kind of like
So yeah, that was the story, which is very scary. I think that was like
it is scary.
one of the very scary stories, because I've heard a lot of ghost stories,
Oh my God.
but that one is so scary. Actually, I'm not finished yet. Okay,
Yeah.
because
Okay.
Because okay, it's not scary
Can
now.
I
It's
can
not
I
scary
close my
anymore.
door?
Okay.
Because I'm scared.
Okay.
I'm scared someone might, like pop their head
Oh,
out.
okay. Okay. So, so she told me that when she reached in her home, right after she like stepped inside her home, then
Yeah,
the noise stopped, then the footsteps stopped. And then she said in a house where there is like a worship area, like
yeah.
a worship area designated for a gods, then like no spirit would enter. And then she told me that that's the reason why the ghost couldn't enter the house and the ghost couldn't like scare her anymore. And then she was like, okay, I'm safe at home. And then that's
Mm.
how all her ghost story starts. She's like, okay, look, I'm gonna tell you a ghost story, but you don't have to worry about like it entering the house. If you're enjoying our stories and conversations so far, and you have your own scary stories, do send them over by emailing us at aswetalk001 at gmail.com or DM us on Instagram.
In the coming episodes, we will compile the best and the scariest stories and scare each other.
To maintain privacy, a fake name will be given to all the participants.
One of the scariest stories is from my uncle.
Mm-hmm,
Like from my dad's family side, we can't eat pork.
mm-hmm,
So like when we were kids, like my grandma and my uncle and
mm-hmm,
my father also like used to tell stories about like how if we eat pork, how the ancestors would hunt us.
mm,
And like my grandma my grandma, like even though we don't tell her like if we eat pork or not, like someone in the family would eat pork, even
mm-hmm.
though she wouldn't know that someone in the family would eat pork, next morning she would know, like she would ask like, did you guys eat pork? Did anyone of you
Whoa.
guys eat pork? Because at night she could hear someone like knocking on her door like 3 times or something like that. Yeah, and that's how like she used to figure out if anyone would eat pork. But like
Whoa.
that person would lie to her at that time,
Mm-hmm.
but like later on they would tell us like, yeah, I ate pork because I ate pork, I didn't want it to like get scolded by her, so I lied to her and all.
Oh
They
my
used to tell
God.
like that. And my uncle, like he had, when he was like a teenager, he ate pork like with his friends, like pork meat outside house. And then like when he came back home and during night, when he was like in his bedroom and like about to sleep,
Mm-hmm.
like something with a like long stick started poking him on his
My God.
body, like everywhere in his body, like it started poking him.
Oh my
And then he was like,
God.
where is it coming from? He was like really frightened, like like where is it coming from? He couldn't see the stick, but like he
Mm-hmm.
could feel like it's a stick like poking him. And
Whoa.
it was getting too much that like he was so scared that he he ran to his mom's room, my
Mm-hmm.
grandma's room.
Mm-hmm.
But on his way to my grandma's room, he was just like walking, right? And when he was walking, like he could hear the stick sound like duck, 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 like to the rhythm of his walking as well. And the faster he walked, the faster the stick would like go. It's like duck, 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 duck,
Oh my
duck, duck. And then like
God.
when he ran, it was like duck, 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 duck. And then like finally he went to my grandma's room, and then like he told her about everything, and then like it stopped right away, like when he like saw his mom.
Mm-hmm.
And then like yeah, so it was like, if we eat pork, our ancestors would haunt us.
Dude. Yeah.
Yes,
Her
so it
his
was like that.
ancestor
Yeah.
came back to like haunt her.
I know.
Oh.
And he told us that
Mm-hmm.
his grandmother used to carry stick to walk.
Oh my
So he thinks
God.
it's probably the grandma,
I'm
great
kind of
great
scared.
grandma.
Well, at least they're watching over him,
Yeah.
right?
If you enjoyed this episode, do like, share, and subscribe to our YouTube channel.
We will be back next week with more campfire stories. Don't forget to send us yours too.
Personally, I kind of have had kind of like a spiritual or ghostly thing
Oh.
happened to me.
And then he was like, "Oh, you guys slept in like a graveyard."